Okay. Oh, freaking K. So yeah, today got a little bit of shoulders on the menu. Definitely gonna be some good eats. Yeah, mainly because past 2 days I just did back and biceps yesterday, and the day before I had just done chest. So that will be the reason why I'm just going to be doing shoulders today. It's because I was doing the other days where I wasn't doing the shoulders after, which honestly, like, I'm kind of fine with if I do have like a separate day just for shoulders, just because it is kind of nice to have a day there just to strictly focus on those muscle groups. But yeah, haven't really done anything too special today. I guess I was just sat around for the past about, I don't know how long the movie is, because honestly it was fucking really good. It was amazing. But I just watched the second Planet of the Apes, because I'm gonna go watch the brand new one, which I guess would be the fourth one, tomorrow. So yeah, I just watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and my goodness, is that thing good. Frickin' what's his face? Koba, such a sick villain. Like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the third one. I kind of remember what happens in the third one, like the War of the Planet of the Apes, but I need to get a little refresher because I did hear that apparently the new one, the fourth one, which would be Kingdom, kind of starts out or like picks right up from where the third one ends. So I don't want to go watch the thing and just have no clue what the heck's going on. That's always the worst, when you kind of go to a movie and you get in there and you just have absolutely no idea what's going on, whether it be you've just never watched the franchise before or something like that, or you get there late. That sucks. But yeah, gonna watch the third one probably tomorrow, so I can really just dial it in for the new one, for the fourth one. So that'll be pretty good. Honestly, a really good just franchise or like series in general, man. Like it always kind of surprised me, like movies that are kind of like super like action-packed movies that still end up having a really good story, especially for something like that, like where I mean, like they're apes, right? And like they don't really talk that much. They say like a couple like one-liners and stuff like that, and then use like the sign language with the captions. But like still, they're able to make a really good story out of the movie, which is really nice. But yeah, enough monkey talk, enough monkeying around. Talk about today's workout. So yeah, gonna hit front delts, side delts, rear delts. Maybe throwing a little bit of abs. We'll see how long this workout takes. I don't assume it will take that long. And to be honest, I'll probably only show like a couple sets from each movement, because I really, only thing I think of for front delts is just a couple shoulder press movements, which are basically all the same. You kind of just hit them in like a different way, whether it be like barbell, whether it be dumbbell, whether it be a machine, right? And I'll really, all I ever do is either going to be dumbbell or a machine kind of shoulder press. And then as far as side delts go, I'm definitely going to sit on that kind of stick lateral raise one there for sure. So I kind of already know what's going to happen there. And then as far as rear delts go, probably just going to do like those seated face pulls and or some like reverse pec deck or something like that. So yeah, like shoulders, although I guess they might be a little bit more boring of a workout, I'll sure as hell tell you that the pump off shoulders is not boring whatsoever. So yeah, that'll definitely be pretty ideal to get in there, hit some shoulders, really just juice them up, and then probably get back home, eat, go back to bed. Not really much else got on the agenda for tonight, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, I think let's get in there, start slamming some front delts to start for sure. All right, so yeah, warmed up a little bit on this with plate, and then also did a 10 there. Was gonna go for like a plate 25 like I normally do, but I was kind of thinking, how about I switch this exercise up a little bit? So we're gonna go on the outside kind of ones right here. Do those for about like 3 sets or so, and then come into the in closer one, because in closer one you're able to get a lot more leverage, and it's gonna be much easier to push the weight on that one. So then when we go to the neutral grip, that's when I'll bump it up to a plate 25. That'll probably be perfect for how fatigued I'll be from the first part there, which would definitely be ideal. Yeah, the freaking fatigue level comes up quick on that one, especially I think when we're further out, don't have nearly as much control as when we're in closer, kind of use a little bit of our chest and stuff like that to push off. So yeah, felt pretty good. Go for probably a couple more sets there. So yeah, did 3 sets on this side here. I kind of felt out the plate 25. Felt a little bit heavy, obviously because it's a decent amount of weight, but then also because I'm feeling a little more fatigued than the start of my workout there. But it does feel a lot easier to kind of stabilize and a much easier movement in comparison to the one out further here. Only thing that I did is that I dropped the seat down a little bit, because I find that these handles kind of drop lower. So I can I'm starting a little bit high up, or a little scrunched in comparison to when I'm out here at that level. It felt perfectly fine. So yeah, go for a set in a second here, and then we'll figure out what the weight to go from there, if we need to drop it down or if that plate 25 is perfect. Decided to drop it down to a plate and 20 pounds other than plate 25, hoping to squeeze out at least like 2, hopefully 3 more reps, because I think I was getting around 8 reps on the last one. So yeah, it did feel a little bit heavy, but you know, it kind of happens sometimes. So not trying to over ego lift myself, so I'm gonna check my ego a little bit here and just drop it down 5 pounds on each side, and I think that should be solid. So yeah, on those last ones there, just went for a couple more sets of that kind of neutral grip shoulder press, and then we're gonna move on to side delts now. Was just gonna go sit on the stick machine for pretty much the whole workout, but decided I kind of wanted to do a couple little movements there
So I'm gonna go for dumbbells first, probably really light and controlled to really burn them out. So I'm gonna go on to that stick machine. We can also really just burn them out like crazy. Probably gonna do 2 or 3 sets here and then go over and finish it off over there after. And then probably most likely for rear delts, I'll just do the reverse pec deck and then some lying down face pulls or seated face pulls, I guess. Probably perform with 2 more sets of those. I do like dumbbells for the lateral raises, but man, it really just can't beat that stick machine. There's something about it where it's like the perfect line, never really messes up on your range of motion at all. So probably just 1 more set of these. Oh my God. Holy shit. Yep. Yeah, I'm very pumped. Okay. So yeah, finished off side delts there. Stepped over here for the rear delts. Yeah, kind of like started around like 100, feel that one out, feels really light. Go to like 130, still feels really light. Go to 150, a little fatigued from the warm up, but 150 always does feel pretty superb here. Might even be able to make it down to 170. We'll see how this first set goes. But then again, for this movement, I do want to kind of squeeze it a little bit, not just trying to throw the weight around. So I'm actually hitting my rear delt properly. Yeah, it's feeling good. All right, let us see this pump. Don't know how much my side delts and rear delts will still be poking out, just because definitely was a little bit since those were directly worked in the workout, but let's just hope it is all kind of popping there. Feeling like it's all popping there. Kind of looking like it's all popping there. Yeah, I guess there's not really any specific pose for shoulders. It's almost more just any like kind of back or rear delt, or sorry, not rear delt, back or chest kind of pose there in particular. I'm just hoping they kind of pop out more than usual. But definitely do feel like they are popping out a little bit more than if I just didn't hit them at all. But yeah.
Have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too, man. Yeah, I can almost see like when I kind of bring over top right here, right there. You can kind of see the rear delt poking out just a little bit in the back there. Of course, nothing too big yet, but only big stuff to come, that's for sure. Going back to that workout, like I did really like those kind of like shoulder press machine movements, especially the ones more neutral grip. I kind of feel like that is because a while back I did have my right shoulder pretty messed up. So I was kind of like trying to rehabilitate it, I guess, as well as trying to kind of like strengthen it up at the same time. So in doing so, it kind of threw off both my shoulders, right? Because I obviously had one that was stronger than the other at a certain point in time. Now it feels like they both are pretty much the same strength there, but for quite a while there, I did have like a kind of an imbalance, I'd probably say, on kind of like each side there. But ever since then, or like that kind of like injury happened, went to like we call it acupuncture, did that on it, had like a bunch of like exercises trying to fix it up and whatnot, make it a lot better. So I think that's the main reason why kind of a neutral grip does feel more comfortable for me. And I think it's because once I get out like further away from myself, it kind of just leaves that shoulder stability prone to easily getting kind of like tweaked or moving away from itself. Then if I just have it in neutral, not only am I able to push a little bit with like I guess my chest a little bit, but also it just feels more in tight and an easier movement to do instead of I guess having it out wider. But besides that, for front delts, side delts, and rear delts felt really good. I think tomorrow, I'm just like thinking about it right now, just because like the past couple days, like been a little bit sore when making up and whatnot and stuff like that. I think tomorrow might take a rest day. I know, don't hold me to it, but well, it just depends on what we'll see, what we're doing with tomorrow, because I know I'm gonna go watch that new movie. I honestly so hyped for that, and then probably see what else is on the agenda. But hey, it's always good to kind of take those rest days accordingly, especially like if do kind of feel a little bit burnt out and or like sore. Like yeah, you don't want to be sore going into a workout, and not even that sore kind of like, oh, I just feel a bit sore, I can't do a workout. No, it's sore where it's like you might feel like you're gonna either injure yourself and or just feel like really shit, you know, for a little while in that muscle group. So yeah, I'm gonna take a rest day, then do arms, legs, and then like repeat the cycle. I kind of just feel like taking rest days when I do feel like taking them, other than having like a set rest day schedule. Because who knows, you could have that one rest day schedule set, right, and just might not want to go to the gym. That's perfect. Or you might have a rest day set and you really feel like going to the gym, but then you're like, oh no, it's my rest day. Like, oh, fuck all that. But yeah, let's get into the car here real quick. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Really good workout. Now time to slam little PBD, peanut butter dream shake. Never misses. Only 130 calories, I think. 27 grams of protein. Solid. Yeah, even speaking of calories, I guess. So yeah, I'm still sitting at 2,800 calories for kind of like, ooh, what the fuck? My total intake there. Which is still good enough to kind of lose weight and as well not feel like total shit. I feel like once you get down to basically that, what is it? The like under 2,000, kind of like that 1,800 or anywhere lower than that. Typically for most people, that's when you're really feeling like you can't even freaking move, don't have like any energy whatsoever. But yeah, like kind of speaking on that as well, like later tonight probably gonna go home, have my like post-workout meal, and then probably have like another shake or something like that, because I think I'm sitting at around 800 to like 600 calories left there after that protein shake. But as far as like calories go, right, as long as you're hitting your calorie goal, right, or I guess staying under your calorie goal in a cutting aspect, and then hitting your calorie goal or going above in a bulking aspect, realistically I think if you're hitting your calorie goals, that's one thing. And then the second thing is going to be getting in your protein, right? Because like you'll lose weight no matter what if you just let's say eat 2,000 calories and that's what you need to lose weight, right? You'll lose weight no matter what, no matter if it's donuts, Five Guys burgers, you know, shawarma, whatever it is. But losing weight and eating those calories, in that 2,000 calories, right? Oh my goodness, this guy behind me has the brightest lights in the world. But there's that, and then you also need to get in your protein intake to help make sure your muscle not only builds, but kind of remains intact, right? So that's kind of just like, I guess, macros and proteins for dummies. But yeah, kind of speaking on like my own calories and stuff like that. Actually, yeah, kind of something funny that I just remember now while I was speaking. So I went to Metro earlier today just to pick up like some groceries and whatnot. Kind of get like some ground turkey for meal prep that I just ended up cooking up right when I got home. But I was kind of like, okay, fuck it, well, I'm pretty hungry and I haven't eaten that much by the time I got there, which was like 1 p.m. today. So I was like, okay, let me grab like a little like ready to go kind of meal that they usually have there, and they usually have some pretty nice meals, right? And it was kind of funny. I grabbed the Parmesan chicken that they had there, and then I was like, okay, I'll just go home and add like some white rice that I'm already going to end up cooking up with the meals that I plan on making as well. Just cook a little bit extra and put it with that. And on the tag, it was like whatever, and then it showed the calories. The calories were cut off. So I'd asked the one worker there, I was like, oh hey, do you mind just like let me know what the calories are for this? Told me it was like, I think it was like 380 or something like that, right? So ballpark like 400. And so when I first looked at it, right, there's the Parmesan chicken, and then there's all the cheese kind of like sprinkled on top there. So I was like, okay, I'm like, yeah, maybe that's around 400, right? And there's also 2 pieces of chicken in there.
So when I get home, I open it up, right, and I lift up the one piece of chicken, thinking they're going to be the exact same, right? Because I just want to see which piece like was kind of like bigger, or if there was like one that would look way different. And you see, you got the first piece of chicken on top with just covered in cheese, right? And the second chicken on the bottom there is just has no cheese on it whatsoever, right? So how can you say that the two pieces of chicken are around 400 calories, right? When you got one piece of chicken with at least like 100 grams or more of cheese on the top of it, and then the other one have no cheese on it at all, because like cheese is a lot of calories, man. So like that's something they gotta watch out for. Like although it says, you know, like set amount for like a piece of whatever, right? You got to realize that that didn't mean that specific container, right? That's just kind of averaging it out. Like if half the cheese was on the one piece of chicken and half the cheese was on the other, saying that the chicken were like the same size, right? Or like the same amount, right? So like those two pieces of chicken, if I just let them be, like when I had all the cheese on one and no cheese on the other, they would have been drastically different in the amount of calories that they would have there. So yeah, like that just make sure you watch out for kind of like that stuff, especially with any food that is kind of like pre-made as well, because the portions can easily not even be close to what they actually kind of say on the package. Usually they're pretty accurate, but in instances like that, like I feel that's a perfect example of how you can be like, oh, I'm going to spread out 2 meals, but they're not even close to the same amount of calories, right? But yeah, besides that, let's talk about the lift, I guess. So yeah, shoulders all around, really good day. That's kind of just the usual shoulder day. Like shoulders don't really get any more interesting than that. They're always fun to hit, but like I feel like they're one of those things that's fun to hit, but it's very basic, you know, right? Like don't really know anything to compare it to, but if you know the feeling, you know what I'm talking exactly about. Like it's not as intricate as like legs or something like that, right? Where you got so many different muscle groups, or back, where you got so many different kind of one big muscle group with so many different individual muscles and stuff like that. Shoulders just up, basically front delt, side, basically rear delt, pull, basically. Or sorry, side basically lateral, and then pull is basically rear delt, right? Like it doesn't really get much more complicated than that. It's basically shoulder for dummies, like there again. Yeah, still really love a good shoulder day, and that is one that we had today. And then yeah, as far as tomorrow goes, I'm either thinking rest day, or yeah, rest day and just in general, or I might actually film a little bit of cardio, or something like that. I'll try to stew up a good little watch there for you guys. But yeah, gonna go home, gonna eat some ground beef and rice. Either gonna watch the third Planet of the Apes, or leave that for tomorrow, so I can really make sure I'm just like fully tunnel visioned understanding everything in this fourth movie. It's honestly like it's fun to go in a movie when you have no clue what's going on, right? But then it's two to like go in it and you know everything, so then everything just makes sense, so you kind of like get the best viewing experience. Because I always feel like when you go into a movie, right, and you have no clue what's going on, whether it be because you didn't watch the ones before, if it's like a trilogy or something like that, or if it's like a series, or if it's just like you needed context to it or something like that, right? It's usually still pretty good, and you can just debate whether the movie was good or not. And then the second time you watch it around, you'll be like, oh shit, like yeah, I remember that. Okay, this is the like, right? So that's why I kind of want to like really understand what's going on in this movie, because apparently it does just go straight off the third one. So I'll have to make sure I got my notes in my head and stuff like that for everything that's going on. But yeah, let me get to work on my movie knowledge, and then we'll go watch that tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how it is as well. I guess like the following day after whenever I record. So yeah, see you guys later.